Hi, I'm Rachel from Parenting Central, and this is the Boba X carrier, and I would say this is the most adjustable carrier in the way that it grows with your child. So I'm going to go through why I love the Boba X so much, as well as some things to consider and how to put it on with a newborn. So let's get started.
Please hit that subscribe button so you can help us get to 10,000 subscribers so we can keep making videos to help you choose the best products for your family.
So this is what the Boba X looks like when it comes out of the box, and as you can see, it is set up for that bigger baby. However, this is actually not its full extension, because you get these little extra leg supports included with the Boba X. So these will come in the box, and all you have to do is zip them onto the side of the panel to extend that knee support out even further to accommodate that much bigger child. Okay, so I popped those on, and I'm actually placing it onto my body just for a little bit of context about the size of child whose knees are going to be this far apart. So I'm going to show you now how to set it up for your newborn and how to put it on. Okay, so I've taken off those extra leg supports so we can go over how to adjust this for your newborn, and then also how it's going to grow incrementally as your bubba grows. So we can adjust it in two ways, the width and then also the height of the panel. So to adjust the width of the panel, on the inside here is Velcro, and it will actually just scrunch in. So it slides along this piece here, up and down, find the right spot that will position for knee to knee support. So when I say knee to knee support, I know I confuse people because I say it all the time. What I mean is we're supporting Bubba to the back of their knees, the way you would in a comfy lounge chair, instead of just supporting them under their bottom as you would on a stool. So all the way into the center on both sides for a newborn. So now you can see it is much narrower through there, but it's still way too tall for a newborn. So you can now also tighten these straps to shorten the panel. And then to grow the panel with your baby, you are just going to release that a little bit at a time, so you can always have the perfect fit for your baby. Okay, cool. So that is all done. We are now set up for a newborn. I can now put it on. So I would start with the waistband quite high on my waist for a newborn, lower and lower as they grow, and then just buckle it up at the back. So I always recommend for new parents to do up the shoulder straps before you put the carrier on, just so you don't have to take your hands off your baby when you're first learning how to use a baby carrier. You can also reach up and over and buckle it up over your head if you feel comfortable doing that. That's how I would have done it with my babies. But I feel like parents just feel a lot more confident if we already have that done up to begin with. And then lastly, we're going to loosen off these shoulder straps. The looser they are, the less flexible you're going to have to be. So start with them as loose as they'll go, and then you can work out exactly how much you need to release them to get it up over your head. And now we get to pick up the baby. So you're going to pick up Bubba and you're going to sit them so they're already on the top of that panel. So if when you are cuddling your baby nice and high on your chest, if there is a gap between their bottom and the carrier, you need to bring the carrier up now, because it's going to be easier to make that change before you move on to the next step. So with one hand on your baby, you're going to lift up that panel. You're going to pull this hand out. This hand is holding Bubba, so this hand can grab the buckle. The buckle goes over your head, your arms go in, other arm in, and we are good. So it's really, really easy. Once it's all set up, putting it on, so sweet and simple. So all we have to do is now tighten the carrier. And this is a new trick that I've learned, and I'm sharing it with absolutely anyone who will listen. So if you have a carrier where you have a buckle that is at the front and a buckle at the back, so you can adjust and tighten it from both sides. I used to say you can do whichever one works for you, but I'm going to tell you, use both. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by tightening it from the front, because that's going to be easier. You can see the buckle. I feel like this is the best way to explain to people what's going on. But the reason I would suggest tightening from both sides is because if I tighten from the front only, I'll tighten it as much as I can. I'm still floating around in the shoulders here. If you tighten that last few centimeters from the back, it will make much better contact with your shoulders, and you're going to feel a lot more comfortable. Alternatively, if you don't want to pull from the back, you can pull the strap down and around and then give it another tighten from the front. But trust me, this is so much easier. So now that it's mostly tightened, I'm going to reach behind me, I'm going to grab onto those buckles, and I'm going to pull them forward and down just a little bit, just about that much. and you can see how much better contact I'm making with my shoulders, and it's a lot easier to do if you're doing it from both sides. So some little features that I like with the Boba X, we've got this little extra head support here, which I think is really sweet. It can be tucked up as well, but maybe not for this size of baby, just because that has submerged them a little bit deep into the carrier. So we'll just keep it flipped down for my newborn. But another little thing that we can grow with your baby, just so we're supporting them exactly where they're at as they grow. So this is the hood, and it is quite a big hood. It will button up onto your shoulder over here, and it is great for weather protection, privacy, or a little extra support if they've gone to sleep. For a newborn though, I don't feel comfortable completely covering a baby's head, but what you can do with these hoods is button one side across to the other. That way we are still providing baby with that extra protection, but I have not covered their face. It is also removable if you would prefer not to use a hood, and so then you do have just this little pocket in here that you could maybe put some keys in if you're needing an extra pocket. There is also a pocket here on the waistband as well. It's not the biggest pocket, but again, some keys, maybe a dummy, a few little things could fit inside the waistband. I almost forgot, there is actually one more thing you can adjust on the Boba X. As I said, the most adjustable baby carrier. There is one more thing you can play with to get the perfect fit, but this is more about fitting to your body than it is about theirs. And that is, you can adjust these shoulder straps here. So I have loosened it a little bit just so I can actually make an adjustment. So you can also tighten up these straps here, which will shorten this shoulder strap. And this will be good if you are a little bit more petite and you're feeling like you've got a bit too much bulk in the shoulders. The other thing you can do if you are a more petite parent is cross the shoulder straps over at the back by undoing these buckles and then doing them up on the opposite side. So my final thoughts, obviously I love this carrier. I love how adjustable it is, that you have so many opportunities to make the perfect fit for your baby and also for you. However, one thing to keep in mind is that the Boba X doesn't offer a forward-facing carry position. So I know that is something that a lot of parents are looking for in a carrier. So just something to keep in mind if you are considering this as your baby carrier. I will also pop a link in the description to how to back carry in the Boba X. And I've got some tips in that will hopefully make you feel a lot more comfortable and confident back carrying your baby. Also, if you have any questions about the Boba X or any other baby carriers, please comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more baby wearing hints and tips, and have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care.